Welcome to the hot-pounding epicenter of sports action. Get ready to dive into the world of athleticism, competition, and of course, raw passion as we bring to you the latest highlights, in-depth analysis, and of course, thrilling stories from the realm of sports. Now, this is where champions are made, records are shattered, and the spirit of sportsmanship shines brightest. Ladies and gents, this is Sports Update on TVC Breakfast Saturday. My name is Mike Messi Kenor. Let the games begin. Now, just before they begin, I have I have to rhyme this one. TMT. Well, my co-host, my regular co-host is Toyosi, and my guest today is also Toyosi. Welcome, Toyosis. It is great to have both of you on the show today. I feel like, let me not say that now. Toyosi, it's great to have you. You are welcome. Toyosi, you are also welcome.
Okay, I feel bad that you didn't ask me first.
No, now you're my co-host. He's the guest. So, you know, because
I'm
he's
fine,
the guest.
thank you. I'm fine. Good to be here.
How did you get here this morning? The rain and all of that?
It did rain. And, you know, I felt it a little bit. But then we're here. We have to do the show.
Wonderful. And you, Toyosi?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm very fine. Nice meeting you too.
Same here.
Okay, well, this is where we link people up. Let's get straight into what we have this morning. Now, Spain's former football chief, Lius Rubiales, has been issued a restraining order and banned from going within 200 meters of footballer Jenny Hermoso. Prosecutors asked for the restraining order as the National Court in Madrid considered a criminal complaint of sexual assault and coercion. Rubiales, who appeared in court on Friday, denied he sexually assaulted Hermoso by kissing her on the lips after Spain's Women's World Cup win. He resigned from his position as head of the Spanish Football Federation earlier this week, citing family reasons and concerns for the 2030 Spanish World Cup bid, and denied 2 criminal offense charges during a closed court session on Friday. Now, lady, you saw what happened. The pressure came back and forth. Yeah. His mother went on a fast. Has she gone up the fast? We've not heard any update from that.
I'll ask her.
But now, it so happens now he has finally resigned, and then he's been charged to court.
Of course.
Where does this end?
It's just sad that this continues to linger, and the fact that it's overshadowing the win. The country itself is supposed to be celebrating and reveling the fact that they won the World Cup for the first time. And the fact that these girls get into the quarterfinals, it's going to be the first time they would qualify to the quarterfinals, moving from the round of 16. You know, breaking records, different feats, and what have you. The only thing that is overshadowing that win now and that victory is the fact that the FA or the president did kiss Hermoso on her lips, and it's just really, really sad. My problem with the ladies right now, ladies, you know, wanting to boycott the national team, is the fact that they are beginning to outstretch this.
The coach has gone.
Yes,
the president has gone.
A step down. We know,
but they say they still want that.
I think that's because of. I think that was because of the manner in which he did step down. Okay. He did not step down easily
of his own volition
or willingly.
Yes,
you know, it took time and so many threats before he did that. But at the same time, I won't look at it that they are boycotting. It's just based on that kiss alone. Let's not forget they've been having this protest that they want at least a reasonable pay in terms of, you know, wages. For the men, they pay from 180,000 euros to, I think, 250. That's the minimum wage. For the women, it's 16,000 euros to 18,000 euros. So they want something of 25 to 35,000 euros.
Is that being reasonable, Toyosi?
Yeah, it is one way or the other, but, you know, we have to consider the financial impact. How much are they earning? Okay, how much they are earning and how much they're actually getting for the federation.
How much you're making,
if you're not making money for the federation, then it is actually not right for you to demand it. I think I would say it is actually excessive. It's the same way we're saying the Super Falcons of Nigeria are asking for equal pay because they are winning AFCON titles. No, it is not about what you're winning, it's about what you're making. Look at the profit. Where would I get the money to pay you from? So I basically feel, okay, they want to actually go boycott the games. It is their love for the country isn't there anymore, in my opinion. It is their right to ask for more money. But no, look at what is happening. You should play, and you have to be diplomatic sometimes. You want to play, and you want to ask for an equal pay or something, maybe an increase. Okay. How much are you making for the federation? That's the question we need to ask.
All right.
Are you making enough?
Enough. All right. Hopefully, all of this comes to an end, and they get to play football. Like I said, it's overshadowed their win.
Of course.
We just love football. Get back to play.
They're supposed to come together on Friday in camp, and of course, in the next 2 weeks, we'll start their first game. In fact, they almost didn't start playing club football this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. That's another issue. But then let's take a look at the games that will be happening this weekend. But we'll start with Manchester United, where manager Erik ten Hag has said that there was no good culture at United when he arrived, and insists that strict leadership is what the club owners want. Now, it comes after the announcement that winger Jadon Sancho will train away from the first team until issues with the manager are resolved. Manchester United have a Premier League tie against Brighton and Hove Albion this weekend, with the Red Devils expected to get back to... Are they really expected to? Now, this is it. Man U versus Brighton. Over the last 4 matches, Manchester United have lost 3 to Brighton.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they are not going to lose tomorrow or later on today.
So I'll start with Ten Hag's comment of,
on Jadon Sancho. Okay,
not just the Jadon Sancho issue, that he was being brought to
stabilize
correct the bad culture. Don't forget, Cristiano Ronaldo was talking with Piers Morgan and said so many things. And you called him a madman. Like,
so isn't he exculpated now?
Yes,
I mean, that's
exactly.
what happened.
And
you cannot vilify the man.
Exactly. You made him look like the bad guy. And he mentioned so many of these things that coming back to this club, a club where there was a culture, there was discipline, big players, egos in the dressing room, and everybody was disciplined. And he's coming back here and saying that things are not, there's no upgrade. Things are the same way. In fact, the backroom staffs, he talked about the toilets, the facilities,
okay, but you know
and
what
everything.
now? Yeah, because we have so much to do. There's also the Anthony situation. There's the Sancho situation.
So many,
Man,
so
you are
many.
in crisis. And they're going up against
they're actually in disarray right now. On-field, off-the-field situation is actually very bad. No, from the Greenwood saga going to Getafe in Spain, and now you have another Anthony case. Anthony might be vindicated due to him having chats with the lady in question. But would that be enough on-field? They don't have a replacement for Anthony. Maybe you can bring in Pelestri, but is that the experience you want in your Manchester United squad? And now this coach, what's his name? Ten Hag is saying the club brought him to stabilize. There's no indiscipline. To be honest, players need to caution themselves one way or the other, because Rashford will go on a 10-game streak, scoring, assisting, and then it will blank for the next 20 games.
All right, while we're talking about that, let's take a look at Arsenal versus Everton. They will be up against... Everton is a boogie team for Arsenal.
Very
as
true.
it stands. And since what,
Since 2016, under Arsene Wenger.
That's the last time that
That was
Arsenal won
2015,
away at
2016.
Everton.
Yeah.
Are they losing this weekend?
Let's not forget that when Sean Dyche was appointed, that was the first game against Arsenal.
A 1-0 win.
Yeah, and they
There was this
won.
meme I
That was
saw.
earlier
At the
this
good
year.
the same
There was this
time.
meme I saw. It was like a policeman say, hey, Arsenal.
Stop it.
Stop here.
That's the challenge. Stop.
What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know
look
what Arteta wants to conjure. And don't forget that these guys are just coming back off the international break. I mean, they wouldn't be as, instantaneous immediately. But I think a draw, they can fancy a draw.
They can fancy a draw.
Yes, they can.
What do you think about that?
I think this time when Arsenal will break that jinx. Arsenal have been playing well this season.
Everton have been terrible.
They're very, very terrible. They have lost Alex Iwobi. They've lost most of their guys to injury. And it is so sad that this is what Everton are probably preparing for the relegation battle. For the past 2 seasons, they fought relegation under Lampard. The first season where he came, he helped them. Last season also, they still fought relegation battle. This season, aside Burnley, the likes of Sheffield, they've been poor also. And I feel like you're not even recruiting well. You're wasting money. I think Everton have money to spend.
Yeah, of course they do.
But they do not recruit well.
Well, all right. Other matches are going to happen by 12:30. It will be Wolverhampton Wanderers up against Liverpool. Liverpool look like they might just contest. What do you, I mean, with the whole revamp that Klopp has done, what do you think about Liverpool and their chances this season?
Their chances this season, they would have problems in midfield. No matter how much they try to do well against middle table teams. I don't want to disrespect them or say small.
No,
They are small. They are small. If they are,
let's give them some respect.
They are small.
Middle table teams, when they face off against teams like, let's not forget their opening game of the season against Chelsea, they were run ragged in midfield.
Very much.
That midfield trio of McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gakpo cannot work long term. They needed stable defensive midfielder. That's why I was against Fabinho leaving.
They brought Ouattara in.
Ouattara cannot be a Fabinho.
He cannot.
So obviously, I know they'll do well against smaller teams. The Champions League is also there, the FA Cup, the Carling Cup. I really do not know how they can stretch themselves, but it's Klopp. It can do it.
It can happen. All right, there's quite a lot for us to cover. Let's head over to CAF now. The Confederation of African Football has announced that a moment of silence will be observed at all its football matches this weekend in respect and honor of people who lost their lives as a result of the earthquake in Morocco and the floods in Libya. Now, following the tragic floods in Libya, CAF has also rescheduled the Champions League second preliminary round fixture between Ali Benghazi of Libya and Côte d'Ivoire's ASEC Mimosas. The fixture will now be played on the 18th of September at the Stade Olympique de Sous. Now, in some of the fixtures for this weekend in the CAF Champions League, Sudan's Al Merrikh will take on Young Africans of Tanzania, while Etoile du Sahel will face FAR Rabat of Morocco. Big Bullets of Malawi will host TP Mazembe, while Esperance of Tunisia will take on AS Douanes of Burkina Faso. Now, there's quite a lot happening here. With the Champions League and all of that, we know our clubs dropped out. Look, we thought that this was the time with Enyimba coming back and all of that. We would expect some kind of things and all of that. The league has been postponed again, and it's now indefinite. We don't know when it's going to start.
To be honest, I'm so sad. Nigerian Professional Football League. Sorry, no longer Nigerian Professional Football League. Nigerian Premier Football League.
We can't delve into that.
We can't. That's a long story. I intentionally don't do that on almost any show because if I start, I want to bring you joy. You will just be lamenting and be crying, right? But then also in the Confederation Cup, few Nigerian clubs will be in action. Bendel Insurance of Benin playing at home against RS Berkane of Morocco, while Rivers United have a date against Etoile Filante of Burkina Faso on Sunday. Now, moving on from that, let's get to talk about Ballon d'Or nominee Azizat Oshoala and Rashidat Ajibade, who have been included in the Super Falcons list of invited players for 2024 Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifiers against Sao Tome and Principe this September. The Falcons, who will regroup for the first time after a round of 16 performance at the FIFA Women's World Cup, will begin their journey for a record-extending 10th WAFCON title with a qualifying fixture against Sao Tome. Nigeria will host the first leg at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena on the 22nd of September, with the return leg scheduled for September 26. The winner of the two-legged encounter will proceed to the next qualifying round, where they will face the winner of the match between Cape Verde and Liberia. Now, with coach Randy Waldrum's contract already expired, the NFF is currently in negotiations with the American, with an announcement soon to be made before the matches. But something quite interesting about the Falcons, that in the meantime, the CAF has paid tribute to Super Falcons player Desire Okparanozie following her retirement from football. Okparanozie announced on Wednesday that she was ending her illustrious career with a retirement from both country and club football at the age of 29. CAF, in a social media message, joined millions of fans and friends to celebrate the striker, describing her as an outstanding professional. She made 35 appearances for the Super Falcons, scoring 22 goals and won 4 Africa Women's Cup of Nations title. Now, Desire, 29. There's been talk about a conspiracy and all of that. Isn't that too early for her to retire?
Not too early. We've seen players retire even at a lesser age, some around 30. Players retire for different reasons. And Oshoala retired because his body can't continue anymore. Some players retire because they feel they've achieved enough. Let's not forget that ambition, it's individual. I can play matches, play so many games and not win a trophy, and I tell you I'm fulfilled.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. We do have to go. I wish we had more time to talk. Thursday, we'll still have you more on this show and talk more sports, all right?